Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about some healthful appliances for, housework. And these are things that I find helpful with fibromyalgia. I just find that they help you. They save time, they save energy. All of these are obviously investments and things that probably aren't super cheap. Not for everyone. So you might not find that you need one of these things or you already have them, but I find these really helpful for me. So also I want to say, if you hear some like outside noise like kids playing and dogs barking, that is because I have my balcony door open so that Zeus can sunbathe. So the first thing that I have on my list is a dishwasher. I know that not every house comes with one, not everyone has one, but if you can invest in one, it helps a lot. My old apartment didn't have a dishwasher, so when I got sick and I still lived in that apartment, my partner had to come over and do my dishes because I couldn't do it because my back hurt so much. And then when I moved into this house, we had a dishwasher, so it's not really something that I thought about. And recently our dishwasher had a little blip and we had to fix it, which is fine, it's fixed. It was not a big thing, but for a day or two I didn't have a dishwasher and I was having to do dishes by hand, and I was like, this is no way to live. The next one on my list is a Roomba, or a vacuuming kind of robot. The ones that also mop and clean your floors. I think now they make one that mops and vacuums, but that one's really high end. And then I think they have just the vacuuming ones. Either way, the vacuuming one at least is incredible. If you have very thin or short furred carpets, it will vacuum your carpets as well, which is incredible because I have a dog now, so that's pretty handy. Vacuuming carpets is such a hassle. It's really, really helpful because I can vacuum pretty much every day or every other day, especially if you're like me and you have allergies and you get allergies to dust and mites and things like that. It's really helpful because you get the cleanliness of having a space that's vacuumed all the time without actually having to do any effort. Another thing on my list is a stand mixer. This is something that I actually don't own, but I want to own because I'm always complaining that I want to have a stand mixer. I like to bake, and I found that with the pandemic we were making bread and sort of tea cakes a lot, because if we didn't have any bread, it was just nice to have something with your coffee in the morning, and we couldn't find bread all the time. We started baking our own bread and baking a little bit more. I just don't like having to hold the mixer. It makes my arm all jelly, and I find that if I had a stand mixer I could probably have it mixing whilst I'm doing other things. And also my mixer has the slowest volume, the slowest setting is really intense, so I want to have something that has more a better range of speed, something that I'm definitely looking forward to. And I'm sure if you have one, you'll find it easier to bake and to do certain things because you don't have to be spending as much energy standing at the counter doing stuff. Next on my list is a citrus juicer. This actually can be pretty cheap. The one that I have I bought from the supermarket, and it was $8.99, something like that. So definitely wasn't a big investment, but it was money well spent if you ask me, because I love a fresh orange juice. Oranges is a very popular fruit where I'm from in Portugal, so we have a lot of orange trees, and we have really good orange trees, and it's just something we have a lot. I also like making lemonade. Hello, can we focus please? Having to juice stuff by hand would make my arm hurt and my wrists hurt, and it just wasn't a fun time. Now whenever I want to have orange juice, I can just go and it juices the oranges for me, and it's so much quicker, and it's a really good way to eat fruit and to have your vitamin C intake without having to be working really hard with your arms. So this is such a random video, I'm sorry. Next on my list is a food processor / blender. My food processor actually came with a blender cup. It also has a mixing for bread and stuff. I don't really know how to use that, but it has a bunch of different things that you can put on it, bowls and stuff that do different features, and different blades and stuff like that. You can actually get relatively cheap ones nowadays, and I find that it's really helpful because things like mashed potatoes, I do it in the blender, or not the blender, but the food processor. You can make your own peanut butter. You can, I don't know, I make juice with fruit. Whenever fruit is close to going bad and I'm not managing to eat all of it, I'll make fruit juices. You can make ice cream. The options are endless. I use mine a lot. And I really like it. And it's something, again, that you can just put on there. It does its own thing by itself. You don't have to be holding it. You don't have to be like doing it yourself. Whenever I make soup in the winter, I like to blend it really well because I don't like having like bits of vegetables in my soup. So I like it like a really nice little blended cream soup. So yeah, I could just put it in there and it does its own thing. Next up, I'm not sure if this counts as an appliance, but I'm counting it. And this is a air conditioning. I find air conditioning is better than a heater or a fan because it actually like creates cold or hot air. People don't realize that air conditioning can also heat up your space. It doesn't just have to do cold air, it can also do hot air. An investment that kind of goes both ways, like you can use it in winter and summer. And especially if you live somewhere like me where it's really, really hot in the summer. And even though it doesn't get like super cold in the winter, it does still get cold. I don't tend to use it as much in the winter, but I still do use it. If it wasn't for air conditioning, I don't know how I would have made it this far in the summer. It's been very, very, very hot here, and I find that air conditioning is a really good help. They also make like smaller units that are portable. You can use it in multiple rooms and stuff that are not like in a fixed location. I don't think they're as powerful, but they still work. So yeah, I definitely invest in that, especially if you're like me and you find the summer is harder to get through than the winter. The last thing on my list, which is my latest investment, a steam generator iron. Yeah, it's really good for if you're like me and you like making sewing stuff and making your own clothes and stuff, because it is so much faster, it's so much more professional, and like it just works better. It's easier to adjust to different fabrics, and also the steam really helps you press seams really nicely. So I find that's a really, really good point. The other thing that I've really enjoyed about my iron is that because the steam makes the creases go way faster, I find that I can iron more things in the same amount of time, so I actually am saving a little bit of energy, which is always what we want. And I find that I can actually get through a lot more stuff in the same amount of time. I don't have to use I don't use more energy, I just use the same, but I get more stuff done. So I find that that's really handy. The one we got, actually, it has an on and off switch, which my old iron didn't. So it was on whenever it was plugged in and it was off whenever I plugged it out. So that meant that when I was working on okay, boop. Okay, I guess we have company now. So this is Zeus. My one actually has an on and off switch, which is really cool, and it heats up pretty quickly. So if I'm sewing, I can just like click the button and carry on doing what I'm doing, and in like 2 minutes or so, yes, I'm petting it, it will be hot and ready to go, which is really handy. And also if I'm like ironing normal clothes, and then I have to, you know, go do something, I have to go to the toilet, or I don't know, a delivery or something, I can press the off switch really easily. I don't have to constantly be like pulling the plug from the wall, which I find a little bit difficult sometimes because I don't have like, I'm not super dexterous, so like sometimes I find that hard. And the other really cool thing about it, it will switch itself off after like X amount of time of not being used, which is really good because I sometimes forget my iron on. And this way, even if I forget, it will switch itself off, which is excellent. Yeah, so that's it. I have to go now because this isn't the most comfortable position. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful and you found that there's like some interesting things that you hadn't considered investing in to help you save time and improve your quality of life. Everything in the household has to kind of work for me, and we have to think about like whether I can pick it up or not, whether I can do it by myself. So I found that investing in like good appliances has helped me save energy and save time. When you're saving energy and saving time, you're actually improving your quality of life, because if you can spend less energy doing chores, you can actually use energy to do other things. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please don't forget to leave it a like and a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not done that already. It would mean so much to me. You can also consider ringing the notification bell, because it will let you know whenever I post a new video, because I don't post on a regular schedule because my health is a little bit unreliable. It will let you know whenever I do post a new video, so you can watch it if you want to. Also, you can consider becoming a member on Patreon, because you get exclusive content and other things depending on which tier you choose. You can also shop my Etsy store, which would help me a lot. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to wear your mask, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Say bye.